All right, so we back. All right, we back, and we're talking about the 5 things that you should be aware of on your journey, right? 5 things that you should be aware of on your journey. Remember, these 5 things, if you do them, right? If you do them, these are things that you're going to be able to really focus in on real quick. And you're going to be able to make some adjustments, because it's not one of those exercises and one of those things that you have to ask other people for their feedback, and you have to wait and you're not sure if they're giving you an accurate answer. These 5 things that you should be aware of on your journey, you have total control over them. You don't have to invest in anything. You don't have to do nothing but invest your time and focus in on it. Speaking of focus, shout out to Focus Rich Before 30 on my Facebook page. I respect that dude. I love what he's doing with his career. I love what he's all about. And he was giving me a little bit of feedback in regards to the number 1 thing that we spoke about last week, which was analyze your crew, right? And he was just, he was bringing to my attention that I didn't do the greatest job, right? I didn't do the greatest job helping people differentiate. Remember when we said draw a line down the middle of the page, and once you write the names, you have on the left side you put the positive sign, and on the right side you put the minus sign. And then I said based off of your feeling and based off your emotion, you write names on that list. You guys remember that, right? Well, what I didn't do a great job with is helping you differentiate. How do you rate these people now that they're either on the plus side and the negative side? Because remember, just like you and I in that video, I said that people do change, right? People do change. So that's why I said I'm not one of those people that'll tell you just to eliminate people, right? But remember I said rate these people now that they're on whatever side you put them on, right? Now it's time to rate them on a scale from 0 to 10. You rate the positive people on the 0 to 10 and the negative people on the 0 to 10, right? And everybody always has an opportunity of changing, right? Of going up or going down on either side, right? Let me help you differentiate real quick, and then we're going to get into number 2. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but I did want to touch on it, all right? So what I always say, when you're rating on a scale from 0 to 10, we all know it just go off of your emotion and how you feel and how these people make you feel, right? Don't be too judgmental. Don't be too critical. This is just a quick exercise just based off of your feelings. So here's 2 things of how you can differentiate, right? Toxic people make you feel worse than when you started talking to them, right? Have you ever had that? You feeling good, and then you get connected with somebody or a group of people, and they just bring your energy level down, and they leave you, like when you finish that conversation, you just feel bummed out, right? Have you ever had that experience? All right, well, those type of people, you want to give them maybe a 0 or a 1, right? You want to put them on the negative side and give them a 0 or a 1, right? Or based on how bummed out you feel, right? Rate it that way, right? Also, negative people and the people on that minus sign, they're going to shoot down your ideas. Those are the people that shoot down your ideas. They question what you're doing. Why are you doing this? How are you going to do that? Who do you think you are, right? And you want to start to rate them on a scale from 0 to 10. How do they make you feel, right? It's all about how you feel, right? And it's the same thing of how you're going to rate on a scale from 0 to 10. If somebody is always in your corner and they're always giving you information or giving you support or giving you kudos or recognizing you for doing great things, you want to give them a high number on the scale from 0 to 10 on that positive side, right? So those are the 2 things that I always just say when you're trying to differentiate between how do you rate them on a scale from 0 to 10 now that you have them down on their respective sides, either on the positive or negative. How do you rate them? Those are some things that you can utilize on how you can rate them. All right, so now let's go over to number 2, which is why we are here. All right, we're here today to talk about number 2. And number 2 was listening to yourself and how you speak to people, right? Whether it's your coworkers, your children, your parents, your church family. What are the words that you use? How do you communicate with those people, right? And I always say, and I invested in a boot camp a few years back, like a boot camp type of deal, where they had us record ourselves and every word that we said for 72 straight hours, right? We went out and picked up, like to Walmart, got a little $20 recorder and just started recording ourselves for the next 72 hours, right? And you'll be amazed at the things that you have no idea, because more than ever today, right? Everything's moving. You don't remember probably the last conversation that you had with somebody, right? But when you have this recorded, before you go to bed, you can listen back to it, and you'll be amazed at the things that you think that you be talking to people about, but you really, really don't be doing that. So when we're talking about number 2, here's what I'm gonna say. You can be living a lie for the rest of your lives. But here's what I know. Living a lie, it comes out sooner or later, right? And you talking about the power in the tongue? There is power in the words that you speak. I promise to you, there's power in the words that you speak. So when we're talking about number 2, right? And here's what I'm going to say. There's a lot of, as you're looking at how you're communicating with others, the words that you're using when you're speaking to others, as you're thinking about that, I want you to consider this. There's often times where the people, remember when we was analyzing your crew, right? There's people that are on that negative side of your list that you may, through listening to yourself and how you communicate with people. I've worked with a lot of people. I've coached a lot of people. I'm still coaching people now, right? And you're going to be very enlightened on how you actually communicate with people, right? You may even notice that you communicate better with the people that's on your negative side than you communicate with the people that's on your positive side. I don't know why this is, right? We're nicer to the people on the negative side than we are when we're speaking and communicating with the people that's on our positive side, right? So I want you to embrace that, right? I want you to really embrace that. And just growing up as a child, man, just to being a successful business owner, a successful entrepreneur today, it's amazing how you see so many people complain about these negative people in their lives. But when they do these type of exercises and they start being conscious of how they communicate with people, you're going to really see that you could be communicating better with negative people that are in your life out of fear, out of just wanting. Maybe the people that's on your negative side are more aggressive. Maybe they're more outspoken. Maybe they have a bigger influence in your circle. So you're just nice to them because you don't want them to go back and mess up your so-called reputation, right? And you may see that you don't communicate well with the people that's on the positive side of your life. The people that add into your life, you may not, you'll be amazed at the words that you speak to them, right? So in some cases, you may not even say thank you, or you may not even acknowledge something that they have going on because you may think they're already positive. They don't need that. But listen, every motivator needs a motivator, right? Every successful person needs other successful people around them. Right? So I want you to be aware of that, right? I want you to really be conscious of how you are speaking to people, right? I want you to be aware of that. Because the truth is, if you're giving more love, right? And if you're giving better communication to the negative people that's in your life as opposed to the positive people that's in your life, guess what? Eventually, those positive people ain't going to be there for you, right? Because positive people, they're always looking to be around. Remember, birds of a feather flock together, right? They're going to, remember we was talking about last week, we was talking about the person who has a flu. When you're analyzing your crew, the person that, that has that's sick or something like that, they're coughing and they're sneezing all on you. Remember, typically you be like, whoa, I'm not trying to get sick too, right? And that's how positive people are. So you only have positive people in your life for a limited amount of time if you're not growing yourself. All right, so definitely be conscious of that. All right, my name is Billionaire Brown. Next session, we'll be back with the number 3 thing. Again, 5 things that you should be aware of on your journey. Again, shout out to Focus Rich Before 30. I hear you, bro. And for anybody else, if you got a comment or you have a suggestion on something that I should be talking about or something that I missed out in one of my videos, drop me a comment. Shoot me an inbox on Facebook or on the gram. Hit me with a DM, right? And let me know, because I'm looking to get better too. All right? My name is Billionaire Brown. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. And, all right, hold on. Let's see. Y'all also, man, I'm on a goal right now of having 10,000 books sold, right? 10,000 ebooks downloaded. And right now, you could go download the Silver Dollar Ebook, right? Les Brown put the foreword on it. He's one of my mentors and coaches. Right now, they got a special on it. It's the same amount of that a Lil C's pizza is, right? It's $5. Go ahead and download it. Support your boy. And I'll be back next session. We're going to talk about the number 3 thing that you should be aware of on your journey. Peace.